All right, guys, how's it going? So I've been out and got the Spanish football dailies for you today. And as they're all here behind me, all three of them, that must mean there's something there that I want to show you. Normally, if there's nothing in them, I just leave them in the cafe for the workmen and that, you know. How you doing? You all right? So my video's a little bit later than usual. Obviously, my girlfriend's here at the moment from England, so we've been out and about today. And I've just got back. So basically... you know, for those of you that don't know, if you're new to my channel, I'm buying the Spanish dailies at the moment, football dailies, to see if there's anything in there about, you know, Trent Alexander-Arnold, you know, Real Madrid. I keep an eye on things like Zubimendi and Cubo and the other two players that we've been linked with. I forget the names. Is one of them Moro? I can't remember, but there's nothing in there to do with them. Anyway, so with Real Madrid, you know, getting beat by Barcelona, I suspect that over the coming week or so, we'll start to see talk of the crisis again, that they need a centre-back and a right-back. So I'm keeping an eye on things basically for you. And I can tell you right now, if you don't know what's wrong with the video, there's nothing in those newspapers today about Trent Alexander-Arnold. And there's nothing really talking about them needing, you know, the urgency to sign a right-back or anything like that. It's just, it is the fallout from the El Clasico, but that's it. So, and the reason, you know, that I'm keeping an eye on these papers specifically at the moment for you is because, you know, the British media, especially some of the Liverpool clique, you know, those journalists that write about Liverpool, that are all friends, you all agree with each other and all that. Some of them want you to think that the Spanish newspapers are dominated by reports that Real Madrid want Trent Alexander-Arnold, and they're not. He has cropped up a few times. He will crop up again, especially as that game against Real Madrid comes round. But I'm doing this more so you can see for yourself what is and isn't in the papers. And to be honest with you, the main thing that I wanted to show you today is about Mamardashvili, the Valencia goalkeeper, who of course is going to be Liverpool's #1 goalkeeper in due course. He's making all the headlines, if you like, in the Spanish football dailies for his performance in a 1-1 draw at Getafe. Again, it's all about Mamardashvili, or Milli Vanilli, as I like to call him. There are some other things that we'll touch on, but I thought you might be interested to see how much is written about him. Now, I'm not going to read all the reports to you, or even read out everything, because it is all to do with, you know, the match report or whatever. But basically, one of the this one here, Solo Mamardashvili. Solo means only, so only Mamardashvili basically, and it's saying here, avoiding defeat, basically, you know, poor Valencia with a beastly double save at the end. I believe he pulled off a double save in injury time, in stoppage time, to save Valencia. Valencia doing terribly in the league at the moment, and they would be a lot worse if it wasn't for the goalkeeper. And it's important because, you know, first of all, you're going to think about, you know, yeah, we want to know how he's doing, but also it can't be great for him playing, you know, in a relegation, you know, threatening season, if you like, you know. So you've got to think about his state of mind ahead of a move to Liverpool. And he is saving Valencia at the moment, no pun intended. You know, this is a draw, right? Didn't win the game. They would have lost the game if it wasn't for him. And it says here, I'm not going to go into the report, but Mamardashvili is a huge player. He plays in the league's elite, and he could play in the Champions League without problems, and he will do soon. And it talks about this double save in stoppage time. And the article's just gushing about him. All three articles all three newspapers are gushing about his performance. So I don't want to spend too much time on that, other than to tell you that Mamardashvili is playing out of his skin, despite them being, you know, because some people go, oh, he can't be that much of a good goalkeeper. He's playing for a team bottom of the division sort of thing. They would be in a lot more trouble if it wasn't for him. So, just a couple of other things I want to mention. I think it was, obviously, they're talking about the, you know, the El Clasico and whatnot. I'm not going to go into all this, but there was a bit that I saw about Bellingham here. You know, Bellingham, you know, obviously Trent Alexander-Arnold's best buddy. The press are saying, you know, like over here, they're saying that ineffective against Barcelona, but he wasn't played. You know, he's not being played in a natural position at the moment. They were talking about the heat map, and the manager's not getting the best out of him. He was one of Real Madrid's top scorers last season. This season he's doing nothing. The problem mainly lies in his position within Ancelotti's system. It goes on. Basically, he's been scrutinised at the moment. A lot of chatter about him, but they weren't sticking a knife into him in this article at all. What else was there? Was there anything else? I just went looking at my notes. Anything I translated for you? Zubimendi. Real. Which newspaper is that? That's out of there. At Real Sociedad, obviously, you don't need any introduction to him. But I noticed that in their last game, every player, they do like a 3-star rating, and every player bar one got 2 stars in that game, I think. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Everyone in the team got a 1-star rating apart from one player got 2 stars, right? Was one decent player in the game. Zubimendi was down on 1. Again, I saw that in a recent game, if you remember. It sounds like he's not playing well at the moment. Obviously, it sounds like the rest of his teammates are not playing well as well. I don't know if there's anything else in here. I think I probably fucked that up for you. What I'm trying to say is that Zubimendi is basically not playing out of his skin at the moment, all right? So if he was getting a 3-star rating in every game, I'd be telling you right now in there. I think the only other bits and pieces I was going to tell you was there was a bit about Alonso actually. They were already starting to say that that Florentino is accelerating, trying to take him to Real Madrid. Obviously, when Xabi was linked with Liverpool, a lot of people were saying about, he wants to go to Real Madrid. That is in the pro-Barcelona newspaper, so it could be mischievous. But basically, I did have a look at that, basically saying that they want to try and get him in place for next season, ahead of schedule. There was quite a bit about Liverpool's game at the weekend. Obviously, that was a big game. You know, for us, we know it's a big game against Arsenal, but the Spanish are very interested in that fixture as well. My local team, my local team, David Villa's Blue and White Army. Where are we? This is the Tercera Federation, if you're right. I don't know if you can see. This is very non-league. Benidorm 0. It's just up here in this corner. Yeah, Benidorm 0. What was it? UTL 2. Group 6. Benidorm second from bottom in a division of 18 teams. 3 teams go down. Benidorm second from bottom, struggling this year after getting promotion as champions last year. Lots of injuries, key players out at the moment, but the referee at the weekend was fucking atrocious. He really was. So I don't know what's going to happen to them this year. So yeah, this one was just dominated. There's a bit in there about Liverpool, but the Alonso stuff, yeah. I don't suppose you want to see the Liverpool stuff. There was one in here that mentioned... Where are we? Guys, you can log off now. There's fucking nothing else to tell you, really. It's just Liverpool's fucking history anyway, isn't it? So that's it, really. Now in there. Can't be arsed now. I've lost interest myself, so I don't know what you're like. So yeah, nothing to do with Trent, nothing to do with the defensive crisis. I'll keep an eye on it for you this week. I'll go and get the papers tomorrow morning for you again. And that's about it, really. So I hope you're all right. And yeah, I won't keep you any longer. I'll speak to you real soon. If you appreciate the video, please give me a thumbs up. I know it's not very exciting, but if you appreciate my effort, you know, drop me a comment if you like. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee for tomorrow's, when I go for tomorrow's papers, just hit the thanks button under the video. All right, guys, take it easy.